Attention brown Swiss exhibitors, our spring calf class is entering the ring. If you have a brown Swiss spring calf, they need to be ringside immediately. We would like to ask our brown Swiss and Guernsey show exhibitors if you have any scratches in your heifers today, they're showing tonight, please let our ringside know. It will save us time from waiting for animals that aren't going to show up. Once again, brown Swiss spring calves are entering the ring. And we do ask exhibitors if you have any scratches in our heifer classes today to please let us know. As our Guernsey Spring Heifer class comes into the ring, we're going to take our opportunity right away to introduce our judges. Our lead judge, Mike Hickman, is from Shelbyville, Tennessee. Mike, along with his daughter Michaela, his brother Randall and family, and his mother Wanda, are the owners and operators at Hickman Valley Farms, currently home of about 25 elite Guernseys, Ayrshires, and Brown Swiss. The Hickman Valley Farm, along with family, friends, and other partners, have bred multiple All-American and Reserve All-Americans of the 3 breeds over the last several years. Most recently, Mike and the family were proud breeders of Hickman Valley S. Blakely, that was named first junior 2-year-old in both the Junior and Open Show, and then named Intermediate Champion and Grand Champion of the Junior Show, as well as Reserve Intermediate Champion of the 2023 International Guernsey Show at World Dairy Expo. Mike also works as a professional fitter as his time allows and enjoys working with junior exhibitors, helping them ready their animals for the shows. He also enjoys evaluating cattle and has judged shows at all levels, county, district, state, and national. This includes serving as associate judge at the 2018 International Guernsey Show and as associate judge of the Guernsey Show right here in the Green Shavings in Louisville. Assisting Mike will be Kirsty Mishowski, hails from West Salem, Wisconsin, and has been deeply involved in the industry her entire life. A graduate of the University of Wisconsin River Falls, Kirsty was a member of the 4th place team and a top 25 individual at World Dairy Expo, as well as a top 10 individual at NAILE in dairy judging. Kirsty has shown, exhibited, and fit animals from her home farm, Langhaven Guernseys, for numerous years. The farm is best known for their N family, which has developed Guernseys on both sides of the pedigree, garnering numerous All-Americans and sending 20 bulls into AR, the most recent and popular addition being Langhaven London Torpedo. Kirsty spends her time giving back to the industry as the Wisconsin Guernsey Association president, as well as helping with the farm operations with her parents Don and Kathy, husband Austin, and is the 4th generation of Langhaven, her 10-month-old daughter Kennedy. Welcome to Kirsty and Mike, our judges here for our National Guernsey Show in Louisville. Brown Swiss exhibitors, we're looking for lot number 8 in our spring calf class. Jillian Swafford, if you're bringing your spring calf, lot number 8 is Hannah Balthaser, if you're bringing your spring calf to ringside. Class is in the ring. If she is a scratch, please let us know. And over in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show, we're pleased to welcome Jeff Brown as our official judge. Jeff was born and raised on a registered Holstein farm in Wapakoneta, Ohio, and he now lives in Jackson Center, Ohio with his wife Megan. The herd today consists of 30 head of Holstein, Jersey, and Brown Swiss, and they exhibit their cows at state and national shows. They have bred or owned an All-American nomination in all 3 breeds and have bred 5 Brown Swiss class winners at World Dairy Expo, which all 5 went on to be selected as All-American. Jeff has judged in 9 states and 3 times internationally in Costa Rica, Brazil, and Colombia. He has also served as the associate judge at World Dairy Expo twice, judging the Brown Swiss in 2011 and the Jerseys in 2014. He has also officiated the All-American Junior Jersey Show in Louisville and the Junior Jersey Show at the PA All-American in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Jeff is employed at Coba Select Sires as the dairy programs specialist for Southern Ohio and Southwest Pennsylvania. Welcome to the Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show Ring to Jeff Brown. Attention Brown Swiss and Guernsey, and actually all open show exhibitors. Just a reminder, there are no aerosol cans allowed in the makeup area. Once again, Guernsey, Brown Swiss, and all open show exhibitors, there are no aerosol cans allowed in the makeup area. Brown Swiss exhibitors, our judge is making his first pull in our spring calf class. We need those winter calves headed to ringside. Brown Swiss exhibitors, our judge is making his first lineup in our spring calf class. We need your winter calves at ringside. Brown Swiss exhibitors, our judges making his final lineup in our spring calf class. Your winter calves should be at ringside. Brown Swiss exhibitors, your winter calves should be at ringside. Attention Guernsey Show exhibitors. Our judge is making his first pull in our spring calf class. We need those winter calves at ringside. Guernsey Show exhibitors, we need your winter calves at ringside. In our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show ring, Judge Brown has completed his placing in our Spring Heifer Calf class. Second in the class is entry number 100, Nearman's Perfect Whiskey, exhibited by Nearman and Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Winning the class is entry number 19, Locust Air Design Waffles, exhibited by Riley Haynes and Brett and Andrea Haynes of Taneytown, Maryland. Congratulations. Judge, your thoughts on our spring calf class?
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here to judge your Brown Swiss show here at North American, and I think we got a really exceptional class here in our spring calves. I think these top 2, 3, or 4 kind of fit together, but more so these top 2 kind of peas in a pod for me, and I made the switch here after my first pull. When you get them in line, this first heifer just a little square through that rump structure. I prefer the way that tail head sits down a little neater between her pins, as she has more added width to that pin setting today than a second place heifer. Also prefer the first heifer just a little cleaner, made back through her rear end, a little finer through her tail, a little cleaner down through her bone, through her hock region, than another really powerful calf coming here in second. The calf over second just uses their length of frame. She's just so longer through her neck region, through that rib structure today, and then a really, really square calf coming out here in third. I really like this calf in third, but when you get her in line, just not enough length to get her up into that top spot. But the third calf uses advantage over the fourth calf. She's just stronger through that crop region. It's more so when you get her in line, she's just fuller in that crop, just shows me more blending apart, or smoother blending of parts than a really massive rib calf here in fourth. The calf over fourth over the calf in fifth, it is in that rib structure. It's when you view them from the side. That fourth calf just has more depth to that rear flank today. Just shows me a little more spring to that natural spring to that barrel today than a really straight line calf coming in fifth. Fifth over six, it's just when you get them in line, she's a little cleaner down through that thigh today. Shows me a little more dariness and cleanliness of hide than a really, really square calf coming out next. Congratulations.
There were 27 spring calves in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show. Winning the class was entry number 19, Locust Air Design Waffles, exhibited by Riley Haynes and Brett and Andrea Haynes of Taneytown, Maryland. Second in the class, entry number 100, Nearman's Perfect Whiskey, exhibited by Nearman and Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Third in the class, entry number 13, CIE Northkill Creek Tessa, exhibited by Hannah Balthaser of Burnville, Pennsylvania. Fourth in the class, entry number 15, Brook Hollow, I'm Having Fun, exhibited by Heather and Delbert Yoder of Wooster, Ohio. Fifth in the class, entry number 25, Rich Jen Diego Rizzi, exhibited by Kenley Sellers of Spring Grove, Pennsylvania. Sixth, entry number 22, Echo Hill F. Tank Hillary, exhibited by Archie Sparrow of Worthville, Kentucky. Seventh in the class, entry number 24, Reliance H. Elysium Renegade, exhibited by Macy Nickerson of Clymer, New York. 8th to entry number 18, Kelly 100P Reese, exhibited by Alexis Oliveira Jones of Hanford, California. 9th in the class, to entry 149, Rich Gen Foremost Rosa, exhibited by Ida Donmoyer of Annville, Pennsylvania. And 10th in the class, to entry number 99, Britco's World Class Weapon, exhibited by Barrett Yorkheiser of Snowcamp, North Carolina. Now entering the ring in our Brown Swiss show is our winter calf class. Attention Guernsey show exhibitors. Our judge is making his final lineup in our spring calf class. We need your winter calves at ringside. Guernsey show exhibitors, your winter calves should be at ringside. Over in our National Guernsey Show ring, Judge Hickman has completed his placing in our Spring Heifer Calf class. Second in the class is entry number 10, Reuter Brothers Cadets Candy Apple, exhibited by Terry Siegler of York, Pennsylvania. And winning the class is entry number 16, Warwick Manor Rudder R. Savannah, exhibited by Cindy and Kelly Johnson, also of York, Pennsylvania. Congratulations. Judge, your comments on our Spring Calf class.
Good evening, Guernsey exhibitors. We're starting today with an outstanding class of March calves. The two calves on top of this class today worked their way to the top pretty handily for me. In my first lineup, I pulled the calf I swapped on my second pull. Both calves, I love the feet and legs on, love the length of body. The calf I'm starting with just a little longer from end to end and just a little more depth of body, longer in that head and neck region than the calf coming out and second. Love the style and balance on this second place calf. The sweep to the rib on the calf and the style and the balance, that style and balance and length of body and the straightness, particularly in the front legs, is what gets her over that well-balanced calf coming out in third. I told the young lady in third if I could change her front legs, she'd give the first two heifers all they wanted. But it is those front legs and that style and balance and correctness of rear legs that gets her over this really fancy heifer coming out in fourth. Fourth over, fifth, just a little longer and stronger in that front end, and especially when they stand, than this long, dairy, deep-ribbed heifer coming out in fourth. Congratulations to a great class of heifers.
There were 24 spring calves exhibited in our National Guernsey Show ring. Our winning entry was number 16, Warwick Manor Rudder R. Savannah, exhibited by Cindy and Kelly Johnson of York, Pennsylvania. Second in the class was entry number 10, Reuter Brothers Cadets Candy Apple, exhibited by Terry Siegler of York, Pennsylvania. Third in the class, entry number 18, Knapp's Meridor JCP Thankful, exhibited by Meridor Farm of Baltimore, Ohio. Fourth in the class, entry number 19, Warwick Manor Torpedo Janice, exhibited by Patricia McMurray of 84, Pennsylvania. Fifth in the class, entry number 11, Spring Hill Torpedo Joy, exhibited by Spring Hill of Big Prairie, Ohio. Sixth in the class, entry number 22, Knapp's Denzel Bring It On, exhibited by Kennedy Waddell of Bowling Green, Kentucky. Seventh was entry number 2, Red Carpet Unanimously, exhibited by Luke Jace and Drew Fisher, Danville, Kentucky. Eighth in the class, entry number 3, Queenie's Queen of Hearts, exhibited by Ron Springer and Alyssa Morehouse of Argyle, New York. Ninth was entry number 26, Rocky Hill Design Hiccup, exhibited by Elijah McCarty of Hughesville, Pennsylvania. And 10th is entry number 27, Valley Gem Rocket Easy Goin', exhibited by Valley Gem Farm of Cumberland, Wisconsin. Now in the ring is our winter calf class. Attention brown Swiss exhibitors. Judges making his first pull in our winter heifer calf class. We need those fall calves to ringside. Once again, brown Swiss show exhibitors. Our judges making his first lineup in our winter calf class. We need those fall calves at ringside. Brown Swiss exhibitors. Judges working on his lineup here in our winter calf class. We need those fall calves at ringside. It's a big class to get organized. Brown Swiss breeders, we need your fall calves at ringside. If there are any scratches, please let the ringside staff know. Attention brown Swiss exhibitors. Our judge is making his final lineup in our winter heifer calf class. Those fall calves should be at ringside at this time. Again, brown Swiss exhibitors, your fall calf class will be heading into the ring shortly. Attention Guernsey show exhibitors. Our judge is making his first pull in our winter calf class. We need your fall calves at ringside. Guernsey show exhibitors, our judge is making his first lineup in our winter calf class. We need your fall calves at ringside. Over in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show ring, Judge Brown has completed his placing in our winter calf class. Second in the class, entry number 56, New Direction to Winter, exhibited by Hayden Weaver of Ephrata, Pennsylvania. And winning the class is entry number 126, Britco's Master Design, exhibited by Derek and Brittany Heiser of Snow Camp, North Carolina. Congratulations. Judge Brown, your thoughts on our winter calf class?
Well, really nice class all the way down the line here. I think we had some really nice heifers. When you get to these top two, I think they kind of sorted themselves, but even though they're a little bit different in their makeup. But this first place heifer is an end January heifer. Just so much ring presence about this heifer. When she comes in the ring, she strikes you, and then you start breaking her down piece for piece. Just not a lot of things you'd change about her. I give her the advantage over this big, strong heifer in second. She's just a little bit cleaner made. She's cleaner through that head and neck. Shows me a little more dariness about that head structure. And when you get behind her, I think she just kind of shows me a little more cleanliness down to that thigh today than a really, really massive heifer coming out here in second. And this heifer in second uses that mass. She's wider through her chest floor, shows me more depth in of that heart region today than another really feminine heifer coming out here in third. Third over fourth, it isn't that femininity. She's just a heifer that's real finer made. She's a little thinner down to that hide today, a little cleaner all the way through than a really straight line heifer coming out here in fourth. Fourth over fifth, just uses her advantage of just an overall drop to the rib. She has a little more drop to that fore rib and her rear flank today over a real straight lined heifer in fifth. Fifth over six, it's just a heifer, just a little bit cleaner made. She's a little bit cleaner down through her pins, over her pins, down through her thigh today than another really hard topped heifer coming out in sixth. Congratulations.
Attention Guernsey Show exhibitors. Judge is making his final lineup. In our winter calf class, we need those fall calves at ringside. Guernsey Show exhibitors, your fall calves should be at ringside. If you do have a scratch in the class, please let us know, so we're not holding a class waiting for any animals. Once again, Guernsey Show exhibitors, we need your fall calves ready to go to the ring. And in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss show, there were 27 winter calves exhibited. Our winner was entry number 126, Britco's Master Design, exhibited by Derek and Brittany Heiser of Snow Camp, North Carolina. Second in the class, entry number 56, New Direction to Winter, exhibited by Hayden Weaver of Ephrata, Pennsylvania. Third in the class, entry number 36, Shelburne Top Notch Yvette, exhibited by Braley Livingston of New Haven, Vermont. Fourth in the class, entry number 37, Britco's Doughboy Tostada, exhibited by Derek and Brittany Heiser of Snow Camp, North Carolina. Fifth, entry number 45, North Kill Creek Glacier, exhibited by Hannah Balthaser of Burnville, Pennsylvania. Sixth, entry 47, Brown Velvet Ray Siri, exhibited by Elena, Ava, and Audrey Lammers of Marysville, Ohio. Seventh, entry 159, Rough Road Deluxe Superstar, exhibited by Justin and Raylan McElroy of Morrison, Tennessee. Eighth to entry number 46, Brown Velvet Ray Flurry, exhibited by Elena, Ava, and Audrey Lammers of Marysville, Ohio. Ninth in a class, entry number 57, WSC Creek Petra, exhibited by Finley Barnes of Ulster, Pennsylvania. And 10th, entry number 49, Hazelbrush Coach Carter, exhibited by Dakota and Kinsey Sawyer of Marshalltown, Iowa. Now in the ring is our fall calf class. And over in our National Guernsey Show ring, Judge Hickman has completed his placing in our winter calf class. Second in the class is entry number 36, Valley Gem JCP Marmalade, exhibited by Mallory and Carson Elliott and Brayton Neerman of Bloomington, Indiana. And winning the class is entry number 41, Valley Gem EHMC Elusive, exhibited by Valley Gem and Elmhurst of Cumberland, Wisconsin. Congratulations. Judge Hickman, your comments on our class.
Another outstanding group in this December calf class. The heifer I'm starting with, to us, she just worked her way to the top pretty handily. Really no holes in this heifer. You love the front end on this heifer, love the length of body, the sweep to the rib, and walking out on an exceptionally nice set of feet and legs. Following her along with a heifer this January calf that fits the pattern the same as her. Maybe not quite as long as the heifer coming out in third, but I love the style and the balance, the hardness of top, and it's that her not roaching up and moving out better on those thorough than the heifer coming out in third. Third over fourth, love the length of body of this third heifer, and she keeps that tail head down just a touch better than the long dairy red heifer coming out in fourth. Red heifer coming out in fourth, when she first come in the ring, she wanted to throw those pins up in the air quite a bit. She seems like she's settled down a touch now. But really love the style and balance of this heifer. Heifer coming out in fifth. Really love this heifer. Like to clean her up, especially up through that head and neck to move her up in the class today. Congratulations.
If you're marking your catalogs with us in the National Guernsey Show, there were 22 winter calves. Our winner was entry number 41, Valley Gem EHMC Elusive, exhibited by Valley Gem and Elmhurst of Cumberland, Wisconsin. Second in the class, entry number 36, Valley Gem JCP Marmalade, exhibited by Mallory and Carson Elliott and Brayton Neerman of Bloomington, Indiana. Third in the class, entry number 32, Rudder Brothers Missiles Crystal, exhibited by Kelly Johnson of York, Pennsylvania. Fourth, entry number 49, Knapp's DR Bragging Rights, exhibited by Buckley, Carrier, Gilbert, and Hayes of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Fifth in the class, entry 52, Valley Gem API Make My Day, exhibited by Lauren and Lucas Wiesenzel and Bryn Grew of Deerfield, Wisconsin. Sixth, entry number 42, Regal Hills Gladheart Pinky, exhibited by Mike Dilly, Dyersville, Iowa. Seventh in the class, entry number 43, Red Carpet Torpedo Spring, exhibited by Grace DeBusk and Maxton Mannery of Milan, Indiana. Eighth, entry number 30, Hartdale Nugent Celebrate, exhibited by Connor Hartman of Mulgary Grove, Illinois. Ninth in the class, entry number 31, Brooms Bloom Hurricane Lottie, exhibited by Belle Dallum of Bel Air, Maryland. And 10th in the class, entry number 35, Dixley Torpedo Jokes Aside, exhibited by Whitley Lee Urena of Phillipsburg, Missouri. Now in the ring in our National Guernsey Show is our Fall Heifer Calf class. You ought to sit here and take the punishment with us at this point. Attention Brown Swiss exhibitors. Judge is making his first lineup in our fall heifer calf class. We need those summer yearlings at ringside. Brown Swiss show exhibitors, your summer yearlings need to be at ringside. Attention Brown Swiss exhibitors, judge is working on a second lineup in our fall calf class. Your summer yearlings should be at ringside. Brown Swiss exhibitors, your summer yearlings should be at ringside. Attention Brown Swiss exhibitors, our judge is making his final lineup in our fall calf class. Your summer yearlings should be ringside. Brown Swiss exhibitors, the summer yearlings will be headed into the ring. They should be in the makeup area. Attention Guernsey show exhibitors, our judge is making his first poll in our fall calf class. We need your summer yearlings to ringside. Guernsey show exhibitors, we need your summer yearlings at ringside. In our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show ring, Judge Brown's completed his placing in our fall heifer calf class. Second in the class is entry number 69, Blessing Garborough C. Gypsy, exhibited by Kaylee James of Wolcottville, Indiana. Winning the class is entry number 70, North Kill Creek Groove Time, exhibited by Hannah Balthaser of Burnville, Pennsylvania. Congratulations. Judge, your thoughts about our fall heifer calf class?
Well, I mean, maybe not the easiest class to put together. And so far today, we got heifers that are into those, either getting service for milk and yearlings and coming through those heat cycles in their teenage years. But this heifer I'm starting out with is a heifer just completes the package for me. Never gives me a bad look. She's so hard through her top, has that massive rib structure. Yes, would you like to lengthen her out through her frame? But it's more so when you get them in line, she's just harder through her crop region. She's harder through her loin, more level from her hips to her pins today. Then that's really lengthy heifer coming out in second. Second over a third is a close placing. I think these heifers are very similar. The second heifer, I just give her a little more added advantage through her heart. She's a little bit wider through that chest floor, a little more depth through that forerib today than the massive ribbed heifer coming out here in third. Third over fourth, it's just that overall length of frame. This third heifer, you love the length all the way through, and she uses that length to get over the heifer in fourth. There's also a heifer just holds herself just a bit nicer back to that loin region today than the fourth place heifer. Fourth over fifth is just an overall rump structure. I do like this fifth heifer, but when you get her in line, not quite enough width, that rump structure, not back through her pin setting today to move her up any higher in the class. But she uses the overall advantage and daringness and depth of both fore and rear rib to go over the big framing heifer coming out next. Congratulations.
There were 25 fall calves exhibited. Our winner was entry number 70, North Kill Creek Groove Time, exhibited by Hannah Balthaser of Burnville, Pennsylvania. Second in the class, entry number 69, Blessing Garborough C. Gypsy, exhibited by Kaylee James of Wolcottville, Indiana. Third, entry number 74, Miss P.V. Dreamcatcher, exhibited by Windrift Farm of Johnstown, New York. Fourth in the class, entry number 60, Belwick Tank Whimsy, exhibited by Lauren L. Macy of Hubbard, Ohio. Fifth, entry number 174, J.G. Springs First Thrill, exhibited by Emily Good of Liberty, Kentucky. Sixth, entry number 82, Brown Velvet Tank Fire, exhibited by Elena, Ava, and Audrey Lammers of Marysville, Ohio. Seventh, entry number 77, Fairdale Design Woodford, exhibited by Archie Sparrow of Worthville, Kentucky. Eighth, entry number 81, Ridgeline R Thrill, exhibited by Kylie and Micah Sparrow of Stamping Ground, Kentucky. Ninth in the class, entry number 62, R&R Fairdale Design Marley, exhibited by MK Genetics and Tucker Anderson of Salem, Ohio. And 10th in the class, entry number 83, Mile High MD Timeout Sissy, exhibited by the Coon Kids of Red Hook, New York. Congratulations. Now in the ring in our Brown Swiss show is our Summer Yearling class. Attention Guernsey Show exhibitors. Judge is making his final lineup in our fall calf class. We need those summer yearlings at ringside. Guernsey Show exhibitors, your summer yearlings should be ringside. Attention Brown Swiss exhibitors, our summer yearlings are in the ring. Classes are much smaller going forward. We need those spring yearlings to ringside. Attention Brown Swiss exhibitors, our summer yearling class is much smaller than our last two. We need our spring yearlings at ringside. Attention Brown Swiss exhibitors, Judge made his first lineup in our summer yearling class. Those spring yearlings should be ringside. Once again, Brown Swiss exhibitors, our judges made his first lineup in our summer yearling class. We need our spring yearlings at the gate. And over in our National Guernsey Show ring, Judge Hickman has completed his placing in our fall calf class. Second in the class is entry number 72, Misty Meadows Rebar Spritzer, exhibited by Beth Clark and Chris Reichard of New Paris, Pennsylvania. Winning the class is entry number 86, Valley Jam PC JCP Duvet, exhibited by Tom Blue of Worcester, Ohio. Congratulations. Judge, your thoughts on our fall calf class?
Outstanding group of fall calves. The calf we're going to start with today, she just puts it all together for us. She's a little longer, a little taller, a little more extension through that head and neck, and walking on a more correct set of feet and legs, particularly in the front. Heifer coming out in second, she fits that same pattern. She's so smooth, so clean. Little cleaner bone than her heifer coming out in third. Clean the bone up on that third place heifer and clean her up just a touch through that front end, and she could be on top of the class for us today. Third over fourth, it's that length of body, depth throughout, and sweep to the rib that gets her over this really well-balanced, straight-lined heifer coming out in fourth. Fourth over fifth, she's just a little cleaner up through that front end and a little harder in that loin region than the really long dairy red heifer coming out in fifth. Congratulations.
And over in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss show, Judge Brown has completed his placings in our summer yearling class. Second in the class is entry number 86, Lawson Alpine Suite, exhibited by Elena, Ava, and Audrey Lammers of Marysville, Ohio. Winning the class is entry number 96, Maze's Manor Made for Most, exhibited by McKenna Mays of Cochranton, Pennsylvania. Judge Brown, your comments on our summer yearlings.
Well, another really good class of heifers, just not quite as many in the class, but good quality on down the line. The heifer I'm starting out with gets to the top pretty easily for me today, just in her overall combination of dairiness and strength and substance, mass through the right rib structure, but more importantly, the correctness back through her rump structure today to get over the heifer in second. Just shows me a little more added width all the way through, more ideal thorough placement today when you view her from the side than this really high style heifer coming out in second. Second and third are very similar heifers for me today. But when you get them in line, the second heifer just gives me a little more added length. She's another vertebrae longer through her midsection. She's also a heifer when you view her from the front. Gives me a little more added width through her muzzle and jaw today than the heifer in third. Third over fourth just uses her overall dairiness throughout and length of frame. She's a heifer that's so much more quality through her front end, more particularly through her head and neck today. Shows me more breed character all the way through than the heifer coming out in fourth. Heifer in fourth, you do like the mass through her rib structure, and she uses her overall dairiness back through her thigh today. She's cleaner down through her thigh than the heifer coming out in fifth. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the winner of our summer yearling class. Entry number 96, Maze's Manor Made for Most, exhibited by McKenna Mays of Cochranton, Pennsylvania. Second in the class, to entry number 86, Lawson Alpine Suite, exhibited by Elena, Ava, and Audrey Lammers of Marysville, Ohio. Third, to entry number 94, Kingsway Famous Tootsie, exhibited by Morgan Stone and Cade Ziegler of Ostrander, Ohio. Fourth in the class, to entry 9063, exhibited by Blue Heaven Royal Fortune, exhibited by Huxton Joyle, Tenley, and Chittenden of Williston, Vermont. Fifth, entry number 192, Hills Valley Timeout Ricotta, exhibited by Cameron and Macy Crothers of Pitcher, New York. Sixth in the class, entry 89, Ajoy DT Sandy, exhibited by Michaela Kuhlman and Bo Brown of Preble, New York. Seventh, entry number 95, JTL Design Deglaze, exhibited by Joan Lamb of Sullivan, Ohio. Eighth, entry 97, Just So Our Farther, exhibited by Cull, Grace, and Elliott of Georgetown, Kentucky. Ninth in the class, entry 91, Pope Hilltop Win Champagne, exhibited by Sadie Wright and Mia Foreman of Loyal, Oklahoma. And 10th in the class, entry number 92, Pope Hilltop Winright Mellow, exhibited by Mia Foreman and Sadie Wright of Loyal, Oklahoma. Now in the ring is our spring yearling class in our Brown Swiss show. Catch up on our placings in our fall heifer calf class. There were 25 fall heifer calves exhibited. Winning the class was entry number 86, Valley Gem PC JCP Duvet, exhibited by Tom Blue of Wooster, Ohio. Second in the class, entry number 72, Misty Meadows Rebar Spritzer, exhibited by Beth Clark and Chris Reichert of New Paris, Pennsylvania. Third in the class, entry number 82, Valley Gem PC JP Drumroll, exhibited by Prairie Cream and Valley Gem of Cumberland, Wisconsin. Fourth, entry number 75, Tri-Haven Audrey Pickle Pop, exhibited by Heath Rigby, Jeff Horn, and Connie Aker of Bryant, Indiana. Fifth in the class, entry number 79, Spring Hill MC Upscale, exhibited by Catherine Montes de Oca of Okeechobee, Florida. Sixth, entry number 73, Green Ridge Lone Star Valerie, exhibited by Darlene Mosier of Pleasant Lake, Indiana. Seventh in the class, entry number 63, Rocky Hill Design History, exhibited by Elijah and Henry McCarty of Hughesville, Pennsylvania. Eighth, entry number 68, Hartdale Reputation Cabernet, exhibited by Connor and Braden Hartman of Mulberry Grove, Illinois. Ninth in the class, entry number 59, Still Dreamin' Torpedo Ballistic, exhibited by Diesel Dixon of Conway, Missouri. And 10th in the class, entry number 61, Rudder Brothers Spiders Chantel, exhibited by Kelly Johnson of York, Pennsylvania. Now in the ring in our National Guernsey Show is our summer yearling class. Guernsey Show exhibitors, this class is quite a bit smaller than our previous ones. We need those spring yearlings to ringside. Guernsey Show exhibitors, we need spring yearlings to ringside. Brown Swiss Show exhibitors, the spring yearlings are in the ring. We need those winter yearlings headed to the ring. Brown Swiss Show exhibitors, we need your winter yearlings in the makeup area. Spring yearling class is in the ring. Attention Brown Swiss exhibitors, a judge is making his first lineup in our spring yearling class. Those winter yearlings need to be at ringside. Brown Swiss exhibitors, our judge is making his first lineup in our spring yearling class. We need your winter yearlings at ringside. Attention Guernsey show exhibitors, judge is making his First lineup in our summer yearling class, we need your spring yearlings headed to ringside. Guernsey exhibitors, we need your spring yearlings at ringside. Brown Swiss Show exhibitors, our judges making his final lineup in our spring yearling class. Please have your winter yearlings at ringside. Brown Swiss exhibitors, your winter yearling heifers should be at the ring. Attention Guernsey Show exhibitors, our judges making his final lineup in our summer yearling class. Your spring yearlings should be at ringside. Guernsey Show exhibitors, your spring yearlings should be at ringside. And over in the Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show ring, Judge Brown has completed his placing in our spring yearling class. Second in the class, entry 113, Losin Binium Lucy, exhibited by Grant Mackenzie Top of Wapakoneta, Ohio. And winning the class is entry number 109, Acacia Seaman Churro, exhibited by Elizabeth Howman of West Salem, Ohio. Congratulations. Judge, your thoughts on our spring yearling class?
Well, again, a really nice class of spring yearling heifers here. I think these three heifers kind of sorted themselves to the top to me, but this first place heifer gets there pretty handily. This heifer just has that great combination of power, width. She's dairy, she's long, she's deep through that midsection. She uses that overall length through her frame. She's just longer through her head and neck. She shows me a little more overall power, more so when you look at the drop to her forearm today over the heifer coming in second. Second over third, I made a switch here coming out. Just a heifer, when you get them on the move, she just holds herself nicer through her crop region. She just more balanced all the way through, more so through that top line. And then this really ultra dairy heifer coming in third. You do admire the length and dairiness of this heifer in third. And she uses that dairiness to get over this heifer in fourth. She's just longer through her frame, longer through her neck region. She's just cleaner down through her thigh today than this massive heifer in fourth. Fourth over fifth, I just did a switch there when I had him in line. This fourth heifer just holds herself nicer through that loin region. She's just tighter all the way through than this really, really massive heifer coming out next. Fifth over six just has that advantage when you view her, just a little more dairy all the way through, back through her thigh today than this next heifer coming out next. Congratulations.
If you turn your attention over to our National Guernsey Show ring, Judge Hickman's completed his placing in our summer yearling class. Second in the class, entry number 92, Warwick Manor Cadet Yanni, exhibited by Colby Stoltzfus and Carly Horning of East Earl, Pennsylvania. And winning the class is entry number 96, BND Drone Bittersweet, exhibited by Hayden Burris and Bryson Denton of Lasbuddy, Texas. Congratulations. Judge, your comments on our summer yearling class.
Another really nice group of heifers in the summer yearling class. Heifer we're starting with, she just kind of worked her way to the top of this class pretty handily. Love the sweep to the rib of this heifer, the hard top. Walking on an adequate set of feet and legs. Wouldn't maybe like to tuck that tail head just a touch when she's out on the move. Following her up with this late August heifer. Love the width of rump of this heifer and the dairiness and the length of body. It's that length of body and hardness of top and cleanness through that front end that gets her over this really fancy red heifer coming out in third. Third over fourth, giving the third place heifer an advantage being deeper in the rib, more spring to the rib, and also having more width up through that front end than the really fancy heifer that follows her coming out in fourth. And it is that fanciness from the side profile and the dairiness, cleanness up through that front end and flatness of rump that gets our fourth place heifer over this really deep bodied heifer coming out in fifth. Really love the depth of body and width of the fifth place heifer. Just like to clean her up a touch to get her up in the class any higher today.
There are 14 summer yearlings exhibited in our National Guernsey Show. Winning the class was entry 96, BND Drone Bittersweet, exhibited by Hayden Burris and Bryson Denton of Lesbody, Texas. Second in the class, entry number 92, Warwick Manor Cadet Yanni, exhibited by Colby Stoltzfus and Carly Horning of East Earl, Pennsylvania. Third in the class, entry number 104, Swan Lake Des Quick Trip P, exhibited by Larson Swan of Sherman, New York. Fourth, entry number 102, CGF Torpedo Tequila, exhibited by John McMurray of 84, Pennsylvania. Fifth in the class, entry number 98, SC Sunny Day Gold Mine Princess, exhibited by Hobbs Lutz of Chester, South Carolina. Sixth in the class, entry number 97, GP Torpedo Candid, exhibited by Isaac Schmiesing and Jax Ayers of Linwood, North Carolina. Seventh in the class, entry number 90, MMD Attitude, exhibited by Matthew Mannery of Milan, Indiana. Eighth, entry number 88, Flambeau Manor J.D. Lynette, exhibited by Jaston and Tegan Keller of Bloomington, Indiana. Ninth in the class, entry 100, Pond and Pines Cadet Melody, exhibited by Buckley, Carrier, Gilbert, and Hayes of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. And 10th in the class, entry number 94, High Gern View Torpedo Jigsaw, exhibited by Allie Rose McRae of Welford, South Carolina. Now in the ring for our Guernsey show is our Spring Yearling Heifer class. And now we need to catch up with our Brown Swiss catalog, our placings from our Spring Yearling class. Winning the class is entry number 109, Acacia Seaman Churro, exhibited by Elizabeth Howman, West Salem, Ohio. Second in the class was entry 113, Losing Binium Lucy, exhibited by Grant Mackenzie Tupp of Wapakoneta, Ohio. Third, entry 116, ZK Diego Vodka, exhibited by Zachary and Katie Berry of Burbank, Ohio. Fourth, entry 110, Roundhill Tal Warda, exhibited by Courtney Bell of Frederick, Maryland. Fifth, entry number 104, Lucky Charms All the Fame, exhibited by Haley Bukema and Heidi Heller of New Richmond, Wisconsin. Sixth in the class, entry 106, Reliance H Timeout Rory, exhibited by Macy Nickerson of Clymer, New York. Seventh, entry number 102, Kelly 100 Acclaim Angie, exhibited by Louis and Garen Oliveira of Hanford, California. Eighth in the class, entry 114, Edgeview F Delight, exhibited by Kylie and Micah Sparrow of Stamping Ground, Kentucky. Ninth, entry 108, Blue Diamond R Grace, exhibited by Chastity Lynn Myers of Jefferson, Maryland. And 10th in the class, entry number 117, Ajoy WW Sweet and Salty, exhibited by Brayton and Camden Neerman of Brownstown, Indiana. Now in the ring in our Brown Swiss show is our Winterling Heifer class. Brown Swiss exhibitors, our judges made his first lineup in our Winter Yearlings. Your fall yearlings should be in the makeup ring. Brown Swiss exhibitors, we need your fall yearlings in the makeup ring. Attention brown Swiss exhibitors, our judge is making his final lineup. In our winter yearling class, your fall yearlings should be at ringside. Brown Swiss exhibitors, fall yearlings should be at the ring. Guernsey show exhibitors, spring yearlings are in the ring. We need your winter yearlings to ringside. Guernsey show exhibitors, we need your winter yearlings to ringside. And in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss show ring, Judge Brown's completed his placing in our winter yearling heifer class. Second in the class, entry number 118, Brook Hollow MB Picture It, exhibited by Heather and Delbert Yoder of Wooster, Ohio. And winning the class is entry number 125, Ajoy WW Shake It Off, exhibited by Alexis Sherry of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Judge, your thoughts on our winter yearling class?
I think this is a really nice class of heifers all the way down the line. And this heifer I'm starting out the class with today, I just has an advantage over the heifer in second. She's just more feminine all the way through. When you view her from the side, she has more dairy quality about that front end, a little more extension to that neck today, and just has maybe overall more drop to that rear flank today than a really powerful heifer coming out in second. Second over third is just over in that rump structure. When you get them in line, she's just more nearly level from her hips to her pins. Her tail head sits down just a bit nicer in between those pins today. She's also a little bit more, a little thinner down through her thigh today than a really, really nice heifer coming out in third. The heifer in third out on the parade, you love the power, the width, the hardness through her top. And she uses that overall power all the way through and dropped to that rib today to get over this heifer coming out in fourth. She used the heifer, maybe a freckle longer all the way through, a little bit wider through her chest floor today. Than this really hard-topped heifer coming out here in fourth. Fourth over fifth is just in her overall front end. She gives me more depth to that heart, more power through that chest floor today than a really high-style heifer coming out here in fifth. Fifth over sixth, just all the heifer just holds herself a little bit nicer through her top line today, more nearly level from her hips to her pins than the really ultra-dairy heifer coming out next. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our brown Swiss exhibitors. There were 8 winter yearlings exhibited. Our winner was entry number 125, Ajoy WW Shake It Off, exhibited by Alexis Sherry of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Second in the class, entry number 118, Brook Hollow MB Picture It, exhibited by Heather and Delbert Yoder of Wooster, Ohio. Third, entry 120, Nearman's Defiant Darling, exhibited by Tanner Rush of Goshen, Indiana. Fourth in the class, entry 123, Britco's Time for Moscato, exhibited by Derek and Brittany Heiser of Snow Camp, North Carolina. Fifth in the class, Entry 119, Rose Ledge Famous Elvira, exhibited by Curtis and Linda Prime of Windsor, Maine. Sixth in the class, Entry 121, Tom's View F Notorious, exhibited by Braden and Camden Neerman of Brownstown, Indiana. Seventh in the class, entry number 124, Hilltop Acres T.M. Kelly, exhibited by Anson Newcomb of Owenton, Kentucky. And eighth in the class, entry number 122, SSG Rasta Moneymakin' May, exhibited by Summer Shackelford of Waynesburg, Kentucky. Now in the ring is our fall yearling class, be the final individual class of the day. Brown Swiss exhibitors, we're going to be selecting our junior champion next. If you are first or second in a heifer class this evening, we need those animals at ringside. Attention Brown Swiss exhibitors, judges making his lineup in our fall yearling class. Your contenders for junior champion should be at the ring. Brown Swiss show exhibitors, if you have a heifer competing for junior champion, she should be at the ring. And in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss ring, our judges completed his placing in our fall yearling class. Second in the class, entry number 129, Dublin Hills Miss Maisie, exhibited by Zoe Lasley of Woodsboro, Maryland. Winning the class is entry number 127, Edgeview K. Sophie, exhibited by Ridgeline Genetics of Edmonton, Kentucky. Congratulations. Judge Brown, your comments on our fall yearling class.
Well, three really nice heifers here in our fall yearling class. The heifer I'm starting out with just has over these heifers that have been second and third both. This first heifer just has an advantage just when you view her from the side. She just more spacing between that hock, has more ideal set to her hock from the side view when you see her on the move. This second heifer, you do admire the frame. The heifer is so long about her frame, has so much mass as well. But she also has an advantage. I give her the way she tracks on behind her legs when you view her from the rear. She has more spacing in that hock. She's also a heifer, gives me a little more drop to that rear flank today than the really hard topped heifer coming in third. Congratulations.
Congratulations again to the winner of our fall yearling class, entry number 127, Edgeview K. Sophie, exhibited by Ridgeline Genetics of Edmonton, Kentucky. Second in the class, entry number 129, Dublin Hills Miss Maisie, exhibited by Zoe Lasley of Woodsboro, Maryland. Third in the class, entry number 130, Stylen F. Puddin, exhibited by Brayton and Camden Neerman of Brownstown, Indiana. This time, in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show, we'll be selecting our junior champion female Brown Swiss exhibitors. That'll be followed by our junior best three group. If you are bringing a junior best three to the ring, you do need to bring your registration papers, so please remember those. Once again, if you're bringing a junior best three, please bring your registration papers. But at this time, we'll be selecting our junior champion, the Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show. Attention Guernsey breeders, exhibitors, our judges making his first lineup in our spring yearling class. We need those winter yearlings at ringside. Guernsey Show exhibitors, your winter yearlings should be at ringside. This time, we'd like to introduce those heifers entering our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show ring, competing for our title of Junior Champion. All of these heifers were first or second in their classes here this evening. There were 27 spring calves exhibited. Our winner was entry number 19, Locust Air Design Waffles, exhibited by Riley Haynes and Brett and Andrea Haynes of Taneytown, Maryland. Second in the class, entry number 100, Nearman's Perfect Whiskey, exhibited by Nearman and Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. There were 27 winter calves. Our winner was entry number 126, Britco's Master Design, exhibited by Derek and Brittany Heiser of Snow Camp, North Carolina. Second in that class was entry number 56, New Direction T.O. Winter, exhibited by Hayden Weaver of Ephrata, Pennsylvania. We had 25 fall calves. Our winner was number 70, North Kill Creek Groove Time, exhibited by Hannah Balthaser of Burnville, Pennsylvania. Second in that class was entry number 69, Blessing Garborough C. Gypsy, exhibited by Kaylee James of Walcottville, Indiana. There were 10 summer yearlings. Our class winner was entry number 96, Maze's Manor Made for Most, exhibited by McKenna Mays of Cochranton, Pennsylvania. Second in the class, entry number 86, Lawson Alpine Suite, exhibited by Elena, Ava, and Audrey Lammers of Marysville, Ohio. We saw 14 spring yearlings. Our class winner was entry 109, Acacia Seaman Churro, exhibited by Elizabeth Howman of West Salem, Ohio. Second in the class was entry number 113, Lawson Biniam Lucy, exhibited by Grant and Mackenzie Top of Wapakoneta, Ohio. There were 8 winter yearlings. Our class winner was entry number 125, Ajoy W.W. Shake It Off, exhibited by Alexis Sherry of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Second in the ring, entry number 118, Brocalo MB Picture It, exhibited by Heather and Delbert Yoder of Worcester, Ohio. And there were 3 fall yearlings. Our class winner was entry number 127, Edgeview K. Sophie, exhibited by Ridgeline Genetics of Edmonton, Kentucky. Second in the class, entry number 129, Dublin Hills Miss Maisie, exhibited by Zoe Lasley of Woodsboro, Maryland. In all, Judge Jeff Brown placed 115 heifers this evening, and these are the cream of the crop here. Our top 2 animals in each class competing for junior champion of our 2025 Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show. And in our National Guernsey Show ring, Judge Hickman has completed his placing in our spring yearling class. Second in the class is entry number 107, Dixley Kojak Janice Joplin, exhibited by Whitney Lee Urena of Phillipsburg, Missouri. Winning the class is entry number 117, Chups Margold AP Catnip, exhibited by Nevaeh, Emmett, Ty, and Reese Chupp of Enola, Oklahoma. Congratulations. Judge Hickman, your thoughts on our spring yearling class?
Not the biggest class of the day, but the toughest to line up for us today. No doubt about that. The heifer we're starting out with, love the straightness of lines of this heifer, the hardness of the top, the flatness of the rump, the cleanliness up through that head and neck. That's what gets her over this slightly longer, slightly taller heifer coming out in second. Give the advantage in second, having been a little deeper in the fore and rear rib than the heifer coming out in first, but just not quite as clean up through that head and neck and flat in that rump as the heifer winning the class. Second over third, just a little more heifer from end to end over this super, super correct heifer coming out in third. Heifer in third was had a little more substance to her. She would easily be at the top of the class today. Love the style and the balance and the correctness of this heifer. That's what gets her over this really big high front-ended heifer coming out in fourth. Fourth over fifth, it is that high front end, tightness of shoulders, and sweep to the rib that gets her over this really big growthy heifer coming out in fourth. Or in fifth, I'm sorry. Fifth and sixth, two biggest heifers in the class, just not quite enough front end force, especially when they stand in line to get any higher in the class. Congratulations.
This time we're moving into one of the highlights of our evening, our selection of Junior Champion of our 2025 Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show. Our judge, Jeff Browns, pulled out his final six, the cream of the crop in consideration for our Junior Champion. Jeff, your thoughts and your selection of our 2025 Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show Junior Champion.
Well, I think first and breeders and the people back in the barns, a big round of applause for bringing out the quality of heifers they did. This has been a really, really impressive show. Some of those young calf classes were extremely deep, quality and not only in numbers but in quality as well. And I've pulled out six heifers. I think heifers that kind of jumped out at me when they came out into the ring today. You know, I'm not going to talk about each and every one of them, but we got our winning spring calf, both win our first and second prize winner calves, our first fall calf, and then first summer and first junior yearling. I think, you know, when I evaluate these heifers, I want heifers that also that have that show ring appeal, but they're also made that they're right that they're going to make great cows down the road. They're so hard topped and they're in really good foot and legged with good rump structures. I'm going to go out and I'm going to name my junior champion reserve, and I'm going to mention in that order. And when I make that selection, let's give the exhibitors a big round of applause. Thank you. Well, for junior champion, I'm going to go with this winner calf. When she came in the ring, she was the first one in the ring, and it's kind of one of those things as a judge is when a calf kind of somewhat knocks you off your feet, you can always remember. And this calf's got such a side show ring appeal, such a beautiful side profile. And when you get to analyzing her, there's just not many things to change about her. And on top of that, she's a calf that's at the end of January, so really young for her class. And I just give her the advantage of this winter calf. Heifer, I just think she's just a little more refined through that front end, more so her head today. But another really, really straight line, powerful heifer coming out as your reserve. And then our reserve at honorable mention, I just given her advantage down through her foot. She's a little bit steeper in their pastern today, walks on a little bit higher heel today than our first place fall calf. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the junior champion of our 2025 Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show. She's our winning winter calf, entry number 126, Britco's Master Design, exhibited by Derek and Brittany Heiser of Snow Camp, North Carolina. Our reserve junior champion was second to her in that winter calf class, entry number 56, New Direction T.O. Winter, exhibited by Hayden Weaver of Ephrata, Pennsylvania. And our honorable mention junior champion was our winning fall calf, entry number 70, North Kill Creek Groove Time, exhibited by Hannah Balthaser of Burnville, Pennsylvania. Congratulations. We'll take just a couple photos here in our brown Swiss ring. Then we'll move into our junior best three group class. A reminder, if you have a junior best three group, please have your registration papers along with you. We'll be checking those in the ring. Over in the Guernsey show ring, the winter yearling class is in the ring. Guernsey breeders, we need your fall yearlings at ringside. Guernsey show exhibitors, we need your fall yearlings at ringside. We'll catch up on our placings from our spring yearling class in the Guernsey show. There were 14 spring yearlings exhibited. Our winner was entry number 117, Chupp's Margold AP Catnip, exhibited by Nevea, Emmett, Ty, and Reese Chupp of Enola, Oklahoma. Second in the class, entry number 107, Dixley Kojak Janice Joplin, exhibited by Whitley Lee Urena of Phillipsburg, Missouri. Third in the class, entry number 109, Misty Meadows Rebar Swan Dive, exhibited by Brenda McKissick and Brian Reichard of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Fourth in the class, entry number 120, CBBG Don't Kill My Buzz, exhibited by Haley Bukema, Lauren Weisensell, and Bryn Grew of New Richmond, Wisconsin. Fifth in the class, entry number 116, Round Pond JCPC Lady, exhibited by Colton and Cade Huffman and Hayden Oliver of Summershade, Kentucky. Sixth in the class, entry number 118, Ms. Springhill Mentor Jerica, exhibited by Springhill of Big Prairie, Ohio. Seventh in the class, entry 111, TQ DJ Plum Tito's, exhibited by Aiden Carter and Rhett Nagel of Meadville, Pennsylvania. Eighth in the class, entry number 112, Naps Drone Tippy, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse and Nap Genetics of Etoll, Kentucky. Ninth in the class, entry 115, TC Ultra Design, exhibited by Hannah Henson and Maxton Mannery of Milan, Indiana. And 10th in the class, entry number 110, Hidden Lane Tsunami Press, exhibited by Callie Collette and Emma Ricker of Chuckey, Tennessee. As we said, now in the ring is our winter yearling class. It's not a big class. Guernsey exhibitors, your fall yearlings should be at ringside. Guernsey exhibitors, your fall yearlings should be at ringside. Guernsey Show exhibitors, judges made his first lineup in our winter yearling class. Your fall yearlings should be at ringside. Guernsey Show exhibitors, your fall yearlings should be at ringside. Jeff Brown, our esteemed judge, has completed our placing in our Junior Best 3 Females group. Congratulations to our winner, entry 134, Britco's Bruswis, Derek and Brittany Heiser from Snow Camp, North Carolina. Judge Brown, your thoughts on our Junior Best 3 Males class?
Well, three really nice groups here in our junior best three. I think you need to commend the breeders of all three of these groups. Really good uniformity throughout. This first group, I think, just has an advantage today, just in a little more dariness all the way through than our second group, which is down in the far end. My first group's here, the one closest to the microphone. Just an overall dariness throughout, just cleaner made individuals than the second group. Second group over the third group, they just have an advantage today just in the rib structures, have a little more depth all the way through, maybe a little more ideal back to the rump structures today than this really ultra dairy group here in third. Congratulations to all three breeders.
Congratulations once again to Derek and Brittany Heiser of Snow Camp, North Carolina, with their winning Junior Best 3 Females. Second in the class to Brown Velvet Swiss, the Lammers from Marysville, Ohio. And third to Louis and Garen Oliveira of Hanford, California. Congratulations. Thank you to our Brown Swiss Show exhibitors. Thank you to Judge Jeff Brown. That concludes our Brown Swiss Show for the evening. We'll conclude our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show tomorrow evening, starting at 5 o'clock with our cow show classes. Once again, thank you to our Brown Swiss Show exhibitors. We'll see you again tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock with our cow classes. In our National Guernsey Show ring, Judge Hickman's completed his placing in our winter yearling class. Second in the class, entry number 133, Golden Pines Torpedo Buttermint, exhibited by Dakota Vaguely Paulson of Arlington, Wisconsin. And winning entry number 129, Prairie Gem Gold Mine Lil Bling, exhibited by Carrie Chickering Sears of Cumberland, Wisconsin. Congratulations. Judge Hickman, your thoughts on our winter yearling class?
Another really nice group of heifers out here in this class. The heifer we're going to start with, not the biggest heifer in the class, but the most correct heifer from end to end. She's snugger in those shoulders, sharper up through that front end, and flatter across that rump than this ultra big dairy heifer coming out in second. If I was waiting, trying to judge on next year and looking underneath this heifer, I think I'd go with the one in second. But today for us, we're going to go with the balance and dairiness of that first place heifer over this big, deep-ribbed heifer in second. It is that big, deep rib cleanliness that gets her over this beautifully well-balanced heifer coming out here in third. Third over fourth, she's a little harder on that top than the heifer coming out in fourth, giving the heifer in fourth a touch of advantage, maybe being a touch dairier than the heifer in third, but not quite as deep in the heart and in the chest than the heifer coming out in fourth. Fourth over fifth, it's that cleanliness throughout that gets her over the really well-balanced heifer coming out in fifth. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the winner of our winter yearling class in the National Guernsey Show, entry number 129, Prairie Gem Gold Mine Lil Bling, exhibited by Carrie Chickering Sears, Cumberland, Wisconsin. Second in the class is entry number 133, Golden Pines Torpedo Buttermint, exhibited by Dakota Vaguely Paulson of Arlington, Wisconsin. Third in the class, entry number 131, Knapp's RC Torpedo Bala, exhibited by Hobbs Lutz of Chester, South Carolina. Fourth, entry number 123, Rudder Brothers Cadence Temptress, exhibited by Kelly Johnson of York, Pennsylvania. Fifth, entry number 125, Pine Grove Torpedo Liz, exhibited by Reuben Miller of Baltimore, Ohio. Sixth, entry number 128, Forloo Farms Frank's Hot Sauce, exhibited by Braden Oliver of Stillwater, Oklahoma. And seventh in the class, entry number 130, Chupp's American Pie Usher, exhibited by Gavin Oliver of Stillwater, Oklahoma. Now entering the ring is our fall yearling class. Attention Guernsey Show exhibitors, following this class, we'll be selecting our junior champion. Those heifers that were first or second this evening should be at ringside. Once again, Guernsey exhibitors will follow this fall yearling class with a selection of junior champion. Please bring your first and second place animals to ringside. Our final class of the evening will be our junior best 3 class. And if you are bringing a junior best 3 group, please bring your registration papers to the ring. Attention Guernsey exhibitors, we're looking for those animals competing for junior champion. If your heifer was first or second this evening, they should be at ringside. Guernsey Show exhibitors, your heifers competing for junior champion need to be at ringside. In our National Guernsey Show ring, Judge Hickman has completed his placing in our fall yearling class. Second in the class, entry number 141, acclaimed J.D. Cookie, exhibited by Mackenzie and Grant Top and Renee and Sarah Bach of Wapakoneta, Ohio. Winning the class is entry number 140, Warwick Manor, Calvary Charlie, exhibited by Valley Gem and Elmhurst of Waynesville, Ohio. Congratulations. Judge Hickman, your thoughts on our class?
This class of fall yearlings, these first three heifers, to us, you could swap them anyway, but today, this is the way we see it. Heifer we're starting with, she's clean up through that front end, clean from one end to the other, over the other two heifers. Give the other two heifers a little advantage of being a little more heifer, but we're going to stick with that style and balance and cleanliness from one end to the other to start the class today. Second over third. Second place heifer, a little more depth of body than the beautiful, well-balanced heifer coming out here in third. Second place also give her a slight advantage in the hock region than the heifer coming out in third. Heifer in third have a little more set to the hock than the heifer coming out in second. Third over fourth, just a little more heifer throughout, a little more depth of body in that fore and rear rib than a really fancy heifer coming out in fourth. Fourth over fifth, it's that fanciness up through that head and neck and strength through the front end that gets her over this really big dairy heifer coming out in fourth.
There were 8 fall yearlings exhibited. Our class winner was entry number 140, Warwick Manor, Calvary Charlie, exhibited by Valley Gem and Elmhurst of Waynesville, Ohio. Second in the class, entry number 141, acclaimed J.D. Cookie, exhibited by Mackenzie and Grant Top and Renee and Sarah Bach of Wapakoneta, Ohio. Third in the class, entry number 139, Four Winds VG Channel Charisma, exhibited by Valley Gem and Four Winds of Cumberland, Wisconsin. Fourth in the class, entry number 134, Rocky Hill James Dean Hurrah, exhibited by Elijah McCarty of Hughesville, Pennsylvania. Fifth, entry number 135, Gladheart Mitch Alley, exhibited by Peyton Alexis Kristanovich of Fairfield, Pennsylvania. Sixth in the class, entry number 137, Empire Lone Star Morgan Stark, exhibited by Colton and Cade Huffman of Summershade, Kentucky. Seventh in the class, entry number 138, Clover Patch Drone Legacy, exhibited by Heather Merrill and Madison Wickham of Downsville, New York. And eighth in the class, entry number 136, Donhaven Java Vinyl, exhibited by Mackenzie Alexander of Bloomington, Indiana. And at this time, in our National Guernsey Show ring, We'd like to introduce those heifers and their exhibitors that are competing for junior champion of our 2025 National Guernsey Show in Louisville junior champion title. There were 24 spring calves exhibited. Our winner was entry number 16, Warwick Manor Rudder R. Savannah, exhibited by Cindy and Kelly Johnson of York, Pennsylvania. Second in the class was entry number 10, Rudder Brothers Cadets Candy Apple, exhibited by Terry Sigler of York, Pennsylvania. There were 22 winter calves exhibited. Our winner was entry number 41, Valley Gem EHMC Elusive, exhibited by Valley Gem and Elmhurst of Cumberland, Wisconsin. Second in the class was entry number 36, Valley Gem JCP Marmalade, exhibited by Mallory and Carson Elliott and Brayton Neerman of Bloomington, Indiana. There were 25 fall heifer calves. Our winner was entry number 86, Valley Gem PC JCP Duvet, exhibited by Tom Blue of Worcester, Ohio. Second in the class was entry number 72, Misty Meadows Rebar Spritzer, exhibited by Beth Clark and Chris Reichert of New Paris, Pennsylvania. There were 14 summer yearlings. Our class winner was entry number 96, BND Drone Bittersweet, exhibited by Hayden Burris and Bryson Denton of Losbody, Texas. Second in the class was entry number 92, Warwick Manor Cadet Yanni, exhibited by Colby Stolzfus and Carly Horning of East Earl, Pennsylvania. There were 14 spring yearlings. Our winner was entry number 117, Chups Margold AP Catnip, exhibited by Nevea, Emmett, Ty, and Reese Chupp of Enola, Oklahoma. Second in the class was entry number 107, Dixley Kojak Janice Joplin, exhibited by Whitney Lee Urena of Phillipsburg, Missouri. There were 7 winter yearlings. Our winner was entry number 129, Prairie Gem Gold Mine Lil Bling, exhibited by Carrie Chickering Sears, Cumberland, Wisconsin. Second in the class, entry number 133, Golden Pines Torpedo Buttermint, exhibited by Dakota Vaguely Paulson of Arlington, Wisconsin. And there were 8 fall yearlings exhibited. Our winner was entry number 140, Warwick Manor Calvary Charlie, exhibited by Valley Gem and Elmhurst of Waynesville, Ohio. Second in the class, entry number 141, Acclaimed J.D. Cookie, exhibited by Mackenzie and Grant Top and Renee and Sarah Bach of Wapakoneta, Ohio. Judge Hickman placed a total of 114 heifers this evening. These are the final animals that stood first or second in their classes in contention for junior champion. Guernsey Show exhibitors, we'd like to remind you that our final class of the evening is after junior champion. That's our junior best 3 class. If you have a group to exhibit, please bring your registration papers along with your cattle. And in our National Guernsey Show ring, Judge Hickman is approaching the microphone. He's got his final 6 heifers out there in contention for junior champion of our 2025 National Guernsey Show. Judge, your thoughts and your selection of our junior champion.
Let's give these exhibitors a big round of applause. This has been an outstanding group of heifers through the ring tonight. For us tonight, we pulled out our 6 favorite heifers, starting with this first place March calf. We love the growth of this heifer, the size, the scale, the hardness of top, and the straightness of her lines. Just a really quality calf. Then you come back to this December calf, not the biggest calf in the class, but by far the most correct heifer in the class. Excuse me. Then you come back to the fall calf class, the toughest class of the night, the deepest class of the night. Love the quality of these 2 heifers, the bone, the quality of bone, both these heifers. Following up with this big growthy, deep rib summer yearling heifer. Love the rib on this heifer and the dairiness of her. Then you get back to this fall yearling. Again, also so dairy, so straight. This is kind of the heifers we're looking at. I know I'm not the best at talking about these heifers on the microphone, but I'm going to go out and select your champion, reserve, and honorable mention in that order. For us, these fall calves just put it all together. They're like 2 peas in a pod. You could flip a coin and swap them if you wanted to. We even talked about it when they came back out. You know, we might have even swapped them. But super nice pair of heifers. We love the hardness of the top, the straightness of the lines and the legs on these heifers. We're following up with this super correct winter calf. Congratulations to all of you.
Congratulations to the junior champion of our 2025 National Guernsey Show. She's our winning fall calf, entry number 86, Valley Gem PC JCP Duvet, exhibited by Tom Blue of Wooster, Ohio. Our reserve junior champion is our 2nd place fall calf, entry number 72, Misty Meadows Rebar Spritzer, exhibited by Beth Clark and Chris Reichard of New Paris, Pennsylvania. And our honorable mention junior champion was our winning winter calf, entry number 41, Valley Gem EHMC Elusive, exhibited by Valley Gem and Elmhurst of Cumberland, Wisconsin. Congratulations. We'll take a couple photos here, and then we'll move on to our junior best 3 class. Exhibitors, once again, please have your registration papers in hand. We'll finish up our final class of the evening. This time we'll wrap up our final class of the evening in our National Guernsey Show, our junior best 3 females. Second in the class is a group from Kelly Johnson, and winning the class is our junior best 3 from Valley Gem. Congratulations. Judge, your thoughts on our junior best 3?
Just 4 groups out here in the junior best 3. We got a pretty handy winner in our first group. Got our junior champion, our honorable mention champion, and a high place in Heifer. Following with the second most uniform group, starting with the second place March calf, a high place in December calf. Sorry. And following up with this group in third, I think we've got the second place spring yearling and a fourth place fall calf. Coming back, and not taking nothing away with this really nice group coming out in fourth.
Congratulations to all of our Guernsey breeders. Again, our winner of our junior best 3 females is Valley Gem Farm from Cumberland, Wisconsin. Second to Kelly and Cindy Johnson of York, Pennsylvania. Third to Dix Lee, Whitney Urena. And fourth to our group from Elijah McCarty. Thank you to our Guernsey breeders. Thank you to our judges. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 7:30 for the Guernsey Cow Show and our conclusion on our way to our picking our grand champion of our Guernsey show.